This is my friend Dave, and today he is playing my troll map. LOL, I saw him fail this easy jump and I thought this would take years, so I took my time changing my game mode, but this was a big mistake because turns out my friend Dave is no noob. Or what's what I would say, but he took this long path which was not the right path as he was meant to go this way. No Dave, you are going the wrong way. It's a shame I'm in spectator and he can see me, and I totally did not do this on purpose because he couldn't see me, LOL. Not going to lie, this is so satisfying watching this in 4x speed, guys. Smash like and it'll force Dave to run more. This is when Dave finds out that he wasted his time, but also there is a hint behind, so let's see if he will see it or not.
Okay.
Well, looks like he actually saw the sign. Do you think he fell by mistake or on purpose? Well, it's good he fell since he can now run straight back. Wow, already begging for food, I see. Oh nice, conserving resources, Mr. Dave. So far I am very impressed. Impressed enough to give you permanent food. Well, I assume you will reach the next area right now, so we'll do it in a bit. Maybe I overestimated your park or skills, LOL, just kidding, this jump is pretty difficult. Nice, on to the next area.
Which way should I go? This is a very difficult choice. This way.
Dave, I think you went the wrong way. I kinda feel bad, so I think I'm gonna give a hint. It is so funny seeing him run back, LOL. You don't need that ladder, but whatever helps you sleep at night. Yo, he did it. Nice, now he has a choice. Seems like he already decided.
Which way should I go? This is a very difficult choice. This way.
Anyways, he made it up and was typing, so I thought now was the time to give him food, but I ended up not seeing what he wrote, LOL. If you didn't see, he said he wanted food, which is ironic. So all I saw was him saying thanks for some reason, maybe for the hint earlier, and I saw him hesitating here for a while, so I thought I'd be nice and show him how to jump. But then he did something smart and was looking off the edge. Actually, I was worried he was planning to jump. Or maybe he is just a big noob, LOL, just kidding, he was seeing if the path led anywhere and decided it didn't. What is 1 + 1, Dave? Is it 2? But then he started breaking down the door, which would actually kinda soft lock him, not gonna lie, and would just take forever, so I was gonna open the door and stop him from breaking it, but he just stopped, so Anyway, seems like Dave is no simpleton slow coach and decided to not read any signs and instead skip ahead 3 levels. SMH Dave. Now came the final challenge or something, and not gonna lie, I completely forgot you could just break the iron trapdoors, so I didn't fill the blocks with iron trapdoors to stop this or anything, so oops. This is when Dave pulled off the cleanest magic trick. I mean, literally, where did he go? Let me replay that. Not going to lie, it's kind of obvious when you are looking out for it, but for those who weren't looking, for some reason he went here, LOL. Anyway, seems like Dave finally cares about signs. The sign simply asks how many bedrock is in this chunk, and the idea would be that all the iron doors would have an answer, but I kind of forgot to put signs for each iron door, so this section made no sense. Anyways, for some reason Dave decided to jump down, which made no sense, so I am deducting points for this. Also, he tried breaking the buttons, but what he didn't know was that I was deleting all buttons, so he would break them for literally no gain. But of course, as the cool person, I can easily pick up buttons and stuff, which is funny. So of course the next logical step is to troll Dave, since I can pick up buttons but he can't. I am throwing stacks of buttons, which would help a ton, however he can't pick them up. Then he starts breaking down the iron door, which takes a while, so what I do is walk in front of him to reset him so he can't break it, which is funny, but I am sorry, Mr. Dave. Anyways, he then places a sign to say that he is not suffering, so I do the only obvious and logical thing. Look at this poor guy, I feel bad for him. So anyways, he's breaking the door down again, and so I do this. Of course, I'm a nice guy, so I broke the door down for him. Dave knows the doors are a trap, but I decided to give him a friendly nudge and totally did not accidentally push him through the door, LOL. And just like that, Dave has finally escaped, right guys? Just kidding, that's ending 1 out of 5 since there are barrier blocks all around him and he is stuck. Well, guess it's time to restart the map, lol. Dave starts by exploring the map, which is funny because if he kept looking he would have noticed this small hole in the corner of the map which leads to a different ending, but luckily he does notice this somehow later in the video. Finally conserving resources again. Okay, nice, we can finally get back to where we left off. Oh wait, Dave actually noticed the other path this time. So I wonder how long it's gonna take Dave to notice he is walking in a circle, lol. Oh, seems like he just noticed, which is a shame because that means he will never see this sign, which simply says he wasted his time, so he probably did the right thing. Wow, classic Dave begging for food again. Not going to lie, my favorite part is how past Nick absolutely ignored this request for food. Seems like Dave found one of the exits to the doors from earlier, PS they all just lead to a sign saying wrong. Dave checks all of these before something finally happens. He jumps and probably tries to die, however I'm not nice enough to let him. Now I'm kidding, he sees this hole in the wall and obviously goes to it. After hesitating, because not going to lie it's a hard jump, he finally jumps and makes it. Here he sees ending 2 out of 5 and a hole leading to the outside world. Yay, seems like Dave finally escaped. Oh sorry, I meant fake real exit because there are barriers and bedrock everywhere, lol. I then kindly let Dave play around in the real fake outside world for a bit before trolling him some more with some more vanishing buttons, lol. Okay, not going to lie, this was kind of evil, but don't worry guys, I am nice, so I will obviously help him out, lol. By making him wish death. And then treating him like a child by making him nod. Oh no, seems like homeless Dave is begging for food again. I have literally no idea why Nick didn't just set it to peaceful since there are no mobs needed, but whatever. Do you want to see the funniest fail of the entire video? I'm sorry, literally, what was that, Nick? You cannot insult Dave ever again because that was the goddamn worst throw I have ever seen in my entire life. You should be fired from the NBA. I mean, honestly, how can you say anything when you throw so badly you didn't even get it over the bedrock, SMH Nick? Well, Nick probably learns from his mistakes, so I doubt he will ever make that mistake again. Oh no, not again, Nick, how the heck did you do that again? It's almost impressive how bad you are at throwing signs, and the worst part is that you thought we wouldn't notice because you threw a second sign, SMH Nick. I am sorry, but I am not doing this again. Okay, maybe just a little. Past Nick sure was a loser, right guys? Funny moment when Dave randomly paused to appreciate his surroundings. This was one of my favorite moments, so I wrote a sign telling Dave not to break cause. I forgot you could break blocks and I called myself a bad map creator, but Dave changed it to good. If that doesn't make you wanna annihilate the like button, I don't know what will. At this point Dave is meant to realize this button is an oak button and not a cherry button and break it, but whilst I was showing this button to the camera I lost Dave, lol. How am I struggling to find him so much? He is literally a survival mode character with basically no items. It's not like he can teleport. Not going to lie, I have no idea how I found him because he was in such a random location, lol. At this point Dave is struggling to find the next step and he is literally going back to the long walk from the start, but hey, at least I get free content. This is not as satisfying as the start because of my awful camera movement, so that's my bad. So I think Dave has gone insane because he started just running at this wall repeatedly, and I think he has lost his mind. So of course I asked him what he was doing, and apparently he was looking for fake blocks, and I am sorry, but lol, does Dave think him a big boy YouTuber? All of a sudden I made this map in 3 hours, rushed and barely thinking about anything, but to be fair that is something I would have done, lol. Surprisingly this was not just random because turns out he saw an iron door outside and was actually looking for it. This is the iron door he was talking about, and safe to say it is not near the ground where he was, lol. In kind, so I tell Dave where it was and to stop looking for fake blocks, but also thanks for the idea. Anyways, much later Dave is finally back here and he literally presses the oak button, and according to Dave he noticed this was an oak button but was scared if he broke it would be gone forever, so oops. We do a bit of trolling on this channel, if you didn't notice. A while later Dave finally questions why this sign is here. So I offered what I feel like is a good hint about two things he needs to find, the first being the random hole in the corner of the map and the second being the oak button, and I've said he has seen it many times. Like I said, we do some trolling. If you want to see more trolling stuff then like, but I highly doubt anyone except me or Dave is watching 10 minutes into this video, lol. Honestly, this was unnecessarily cruel and I'm sorry Dave. It is kind of funny he is standing literally right in front of the oak button. I just want everyone to know for the record that we do not stage anything on this channel unless it's obviously staged and on purpose. Dave, you are not helping the cheating allegations with that sign, but between you and me you are doing a great job, keep it up, wink. After what felt like years and a little bit of gaslighting Dave, he finally accepts to take a hint. Yeah, I basically told him we don't have time even with the hint, which was kind of true. Yo, it's finally hint time guys. Or not, because I forced Dave to say Dave sucks and Nick is better on a sign rip, lol.
On second thought, I don't need a hint anymore.
Well, if you say so Dave. Honestly, I'll take it. But then Dave threatens my video, and well dude, I don't think anyone is watching 11 minutes in anyways, but dude, that is too far, so I admit defeat and gave him the hint anyways. Which was just to look carefully, lol, what a terrible hint. Now I'm kidding, the real hint was trying to get him to understand the buttons by explaining the mechanism through signs, because I did assume he saw the oak button at some point maybe. Also watch this literal expert level gaslighting, as I am literally just breaking both signs, but as I break the bamboo sign I am throwing one on the floor at the same time, which is funny. Dave understood the assignment clearly. A very long time later Dave is randomly running around the map and you guessed it, he finds the random hole, lol. This is my park hour course of death. The jumps are pretty simple to be honest, but a missed jump equals death and you have to start the entire map again. I won't force you to watch this all in one time speed, but he makes every jump pretty much. Not going to lie, this is extremely satisfying, lol. Smash like if you want me to force Dave to do this more. I already know Dave is smashing the dislike button right now. Yeah, so I placed these blocks manually and I got bored near the end, so the jumps get fun but still easy. Only one side left, let's see if Dave can make it. Yeah, pretty easily actually, but this is ending 3 of 5, the ultimate park or simulator. However, there is one more secret ending here, as this jump is possible but difficult. Well, honestly I feel bad, so I am going to show him how to do this jump. Not too bad. And of course Dave easily makes the jump. Now it just goes to show that Minecraft is in fact a 3D game and to think outside the 2D axis sometimes. Well anyways, that was the not ending out of 5, aka just an Easter egg, lol. I am just going to let this play. Well, that was fun, but back to the map now. So I teleported Dave so he could skip the parkour, but Dave just told me off for cheating, so I'm sorry Mr. Dave. I don't even know what to say about this. So anyway, seems like Dave made it to the oak button. So I now what? But that's when Dave actually figured it all out. You can now go back to the trapdoors from earlier and use the oak button. Yo, has Dave finally escaped for real? The answer is yes, he has finally made it out, yay. So what are you doing now, Mr. Dave? Wait, he's using fly hacks, exclamation mark, question mark. Oh, obviously it's barrier blocks, lol. But wow, he really doesn't trust me and thinks he'll leave a random gap in the middle, which to be honest is something I would do, so smash like and I might upload a barrier block park or map, lol. Wait, did I see that right? Wow, Dave just jumped off to his death. But I am too quick and I saved him before he died, luckily. But anyways, here is the end of the barrier blocks. Anyways, the sign basically says ending 5 of 5, however there is one more ending that he has not seen. He celebrated too early, so I teleported him back, lol. And since I'm a nice person, I gave him a hint that he is missing an item. Can you guys at home figure out what he is meant to do right now? Well, credit to Dave as he soon figured out what to do. You have to get up but break the ladder behind you and pray to the RNG gods that you will pick up the ladder. Just like that. Now all that is left is to go back to the trapdoor area and somehow figure out that you have to get up 2 blocks and jump to the left side. Dave very quickly figured out what to do and jumps onto the ladder and makes it to the very final area. Yo, Dave actually made it. But he is too scared to go through the door, but to be fair it does soft lock him, lol. And boom, that is ending for a 5 eternally trapped in an invisible box. GG, it seems like Dave has finally beat my map. So anyways, Dave, do you want to shout out your channel now? Guys, comment GG Dave. Guys, please subscribe to Dave's channel, he is trying to get 1 subscriber. Just kidding, but please sub to me, lol. Never mind, seems like Dave wants subs on this fake channel, so please unsubscribe from me and subscribe to Dave. For the record, I am joking, lol. Though not going to lie, a Dave vs Nikninja sub war would go wild. Anyways, whilst he is typing, I just wanted to say thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed my map. Well guys, you heard him, please use your psychic powers to find Dave's channel. Or just remember it, since apparently everyone knows it already. Seems like past Nick is still not done trolling, I mean dude, leave the poor guy be. Wow, I even made myself a window to watch him suffer. Wow, and all Dave wants is some subs, so make sure you sub to me and not Dave to continue this cruelty. Well, he finished the whole map in 58 minutes and I made a 16 minutes 50 second video, lol. Thanks for watching.